Right. Don't shine the torch at us. Don't shine the torch at us. Don't. Yeah, cheers. It's just blinding the camera.
Tonight with a few bats flying about. And Matthew.
Hello, hello.
Secret vault. Hello, hello.
You can, if you turn that off, you'll see how bright this is now.
Okay.
Right.
Wow.
No problem.
Brilliant.
People don't believe me. I say, honestly, it looks like it's daylight. It's not.
Yeah, brilliant.
I mean, it's like I can see better there than I can see there. That's not as bright as it'll go either. It'll actually go even one step brighter than that. That's the brightest it'll go, but it's a bit noisy, that is. So turn it down to about there. Put the light on. You don't need much light. It's like daylight then, look. Even that.
Wow. Look at that. Look at that, people. Let's have a look at that.
Yeah, look. Even with the even with the light off, you can still see. Now, I can't see with my eyes, but if we turn it up a bit more, that's the brightest it'll go. And I can't see my hand out there, really.
No, you can't. You can't, no.
See?
But you can there.
Yeah,
wow.
You could even see your cigarette then. Did you see your cigarette? Look how bright the cigarette is.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Cigarettes right out. Go down to this bunker.
There he is, exploring with Carl, taking us to see an ROC bunker. Oh, I thought that was it then. That's a golf tee. Golf tee. And here's a local pervert that we've just discovered, going after, like, you know, whatever he can get.
It's the 18th hole.
Oh, it's the 18th hole. You've been busy today then, have you? It's the 18th hole. You've been really busy today then, Mr. Pervert.
I've been all over the place. I've just seen a fox.
Yeah.
So I just got down. That's my
Yeah,
excuse.
that's Jimmy Savile territory, that, in the 18th hole. In one day.
You're on the 18th, aren't we?
Speak for yourself. Sorry.
Oh dear. Do you want to just solve that a bit now?
You want me open it?
Yeah, open it please, yeah. Just put it to the side, cheers. Interesting.
This is Carl's best mate.
Yeah.
Sorting it out.
Yeah.
Oh, it comes off, does it? It's not well secured then.
No, nice and steady. Shall I go down first or you, Matt?
It's up to you, mate. Yeah. You go down, I'll film you if you want.
Okay.
You want me to go?
You just want to
slimy edges.
Cheers.
Looks like it's a bit wet on the bottom, but that's just probably the sump, isn't it?
Yeah, should be alright. Put your back on the wall if in danger. It's always a good safety.
Keep your back to the wall when up in Perth country in the golf course.
Cheers.
Oh dear.
Were they doggers in that car that we just saw? Or?
They were skinning up.
Ah, right.
It was so many times as a police officer I've discovered that, you know,
There we go.
when they lean forward slightly,
Yeah.
and trying to disguise the fact.
Yeah. Intrepid Carl.
Here we are.
Standing in the mud.
Yeah, it's okay.
Let's take my I'm going to take my hat and my bag off. There's no point really, is there? Those by there. Right then. This is the old one-handed shuffle that I love doing so much. Right, here we go.
Here we go.
Right. So this is the old my hands on the bits. And so I look like a dickhead now, look, because I've got this on my head, and it looks like the little Jap's eye. You're not allowed to say that anymore, are you? Jap's eye. That's the any person in the world eye. Nondescript, anything that's down your trousers that's like an eye but not got anything to do with any nationality.com.
Well, that's new.
Yeah. Anyway, so I've lowered the tone already. As per usual.
Yeah.
So yes, we're in a ROC bunker up near Macclesfield. Carl invited us along. Now we don't often have the beds here, so that's unusual.
Yeah.
The beds are still here. Even got the mattresses on them, look.
Yeah. See there, still got the...
Oh, they're actually like covered in paper, yeah, to be ripped open.
Yeah.
And inside, they're not too bad actually, rubberized, so you can pee on them when you go into a coma after having too much radiation down here. Yeah. You're in your coma phase, and you've got rubber sheets to kind of take care of that. It's pretty good, isn't it? Yeah. His mate's down here with his special blue light.
A special blue. There's a dead cat down here.
Is there?
It's not a cat, it's a squirrel.
Well, something.
There it is, yeah, it's a squirrel. If you look down there, it's a squirrel.
Oh,
See
right.
its body?
Yeah. Just a squirrel. But yeah.
That's from the top. That's what they had originally.
So the wires, some of the wires are still intact, which is unusual.
What voltage were these? Were these 12 volt?
These would have been the telephone wires, because they're the thick, they're the stiff ones. They're telephone wires when they're stiff like that. Bell wire.
They went to...
Probably, yeah.
And you got the... Your feed. You got your timer. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be 12 volt battery.
It's actually still
12 volt battery. Which would...
And that goes to a generator there, I think. It goes to that.
Well, you pick up from there, you pick your juice up from there, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably a battery, I expect.
Yeah.
You've got a cupboard here as well, so this is obviously like, must be government issue. Or they brought it down themselves. Bit of a squeeze getting that down through the hole. I would have thought they've had to have dismantled it.
I would say it's in two bits.
Yes. Yeah.
Because looking at this is the same. These unfold, don't they?
Yeah.
And then they fold in. I don't want to fold it all in, but they fold.
Yeah, that's right.
They all fold.
So that's how they got them down here in such a small space.
And then just
Do you think these were prefabbed?
Yeah, this is something to do with the bomb power indicator.
That's right, yeah. So that
I think
was on
it
it.
would-
Then did we have some wire going onto there or something for it to go through?
I think it's probably because it's sat somewhere like here, yeah. So you've got that hole up there, which is one of them, and then there's the bomb power indicator, which is underneath one of these. So I don't know which one is which really. But one was to pick up the direction, which I think you had on the surface. You had to go up and change the paper on that, and that was on the surface. And then you had one which was pressure, which would literally like blow PSI, you know, how many 20, 50 PSI depending on how severe close to the bomb you were, and it just blows it down. It's like a tyre pressure gauge, just goes jump 50, jump, and it's just like that. And you just look for when the maximum, you know. But yeah.
Right. And then there's a chemical toilet.
That must have been a fantastic job.
Yeah.
What's that up there? That's it.
It's the old chemical toilet.
Yeah.
If you look in there as well,
Some's pretty full.
if someone's having a poo, you'd need another shaft here, wouldn't you? Which this would have closed at one time.
Yeah. Little air hole, yeah.
Yeah. So you've got another one there, that's your pump.
That's your sump pump, is it?
Yeah, for this.
For that. Doesn't need
Government issue slug.
Yeah. Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. But, I don't know what these would have been, if anything.
I think they are off the spare ones.
Spare legs.
Spare legs, yeah.
Yeah.
And that must have been for the generator, maybe, I don't know.
Bit of fuel.
Yeah.
The old clock's working. They do work quite well, those things.
I've just put that on, yeah. So that was your timer to get out, wasn't it, when you want the lights off. When you leave the bunker, then
yeah.
it's on timer.
These must have been prefab, mustn't they? Or will they? They just dig it all and shutter it up.
I think they drop these probably in panels, did they?
No, this is that. I mean, this is where I come in now. That's shotted.
Right. So they built a wall in here and then they dropped concrete down.
Yeah, I'm thinking did they do it somewhere else and then bring them? But looking at it, it looks like they've done it that way. It looks like you've said they've dug.
Put the wall in.
Put a former, put the concrete down and done it that way.
Yeah, drop the concrete in between the wall and the outside edge.
All I can say is they're really well made.
This is from the shaft up the top. What someone's brought down.
Like the vent cover.
Yeah, the vent cover here.
Golf course.
And I think that will come off the top of the arch. It looks like it.
Oh, the racing bar type of thing.
Yeah. That could have come off the top.
So this is where the greenkeeper now lives, by the looks of it.
It looks like it, yeah.
Yes.
He's got a golf ball down there.
It's where he hides. It's where he hides his friends.
Yeah.
Oh, good stuff.
Yeah, at least it's not, flooded and graffiti.
Yeah.
And stuff. Yeah.
So there we go.
It's just a shame this isn't intact on there, because that should be away. You can see the
that was something there.
You can see where it was pinned in. Yeah.
It's been taken down.
Yeah. So that would have went over.
Oh, look.
Oh, I put that in there.
Look at it.
Well, that's you.
He put that in there, look.
Bloody hell.
For me to find, look. The secret vault.
Wow.
Who put that in there?
That's pretty mad.
That's weird, isn't
It's a laminated one as well. It's been laminated. It's bizarre. He's a wanker anyway, that guy.
Someone else has told me that.
Oh, look, his wife.
He hangs around with those fucking. He's got to be a bastard.
They're not stickers. We're not vandalising.
No. We don't take anything away. We leave more than we take. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Cool.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed this little journey, Matt.
That was it. Yeah, it's nice. Thank you very much.
No
Can't wait to get out. They're not the most appealing of places in the world, are they?
No.
Because you think to yourself, like, I wouldn't like to be stuck down there knowing that there's radioactive air coming in, and they obviously they don't give a toss about us that are doing this little job for the government.
Yeah.
So yeah. Right. You just get up over the top first. Oh yeah, here he comes.
Has he even got to pull stuff up?
I know, brilliant that. Yeah.
Well, it's a block and tackle type of thing.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Thought of everything, haven't they?
Well, yeah. Have they?
It hasn't got a bloody Otis lift in there though, is it?
Huh? So what was this for, Matt, do you think? Is that where...
That's another...
Some indication?
That's, some of the equipment goes there. There's different pieces of equipment goes there.
Would that have a tower or something, signal?
Yeah. No, that's part of the equipment, like where they put the paper in.
Right.
That's where I think where the paper monitor goes, yeah.
Right.
And that thing behind it is the...
Because we got this as well.
Yeah. Well, that's what when they're not in use, it has that on there.
Right.
But when they're using them, they take that plate off.
Right.
I believe.
Right.
So.
It makes sense because nothing will get down there with that on top of it.
So when that comes off, there's a tube, isn't there? What goes
That's
down?
right. That's the big thick one.
Yeah. What
and
we've
then
seen from the top.
And then somewhere like just over here, it's probably been knocked down. Is the thinner pipe?
Yeah. We can never find that.
We can never find that, can we? I've always looked for that, can never find it.
Yeah, so it's just been knocked over.
Yeah.
It might have been bent a couple of times and taken away.
Yeah.
But, good stuff.
So, you've been exploring with me, and the one and only legend,
The Secret Vault.
Go and check his channel out. You've got to check his channel out anyway.
Check my hats out. Check these out.
Yeah, check his hats out.
Yeah.
Dev likes them hats, don't you?
Oh yeah, I've got.
Yeah.
I've mentioned my hats. I've got tons of them.
Yeah, 50 quid special offer. They got no logos on them at all, but 50 quid to you.
I've got one that's come all the way from China. Real dead rabbits.
Check my hat out.
I'll go down.
Yeah.
Cheers. Thank you very much. Catch you soon.
The fox.
Was it?
That's why I'm not going with that.
Gridlocks with me just in case we had to go down somewhere.
Oh yes, yeah.
Got any of that?
I've actually got one. Yeah. I need to get a whole set really, because like exploring with fighters, because you know they've got a whole drain kit. I think you can buy them on eBay for about like 30 quid or something.
Yeah. I got mine for whips.
Yeah.
Oh, you man,
Yeah, but they're better.
you need good ones.
Yeah. I haven't found anywhere to actually go down with man.
We did one in Manchester.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did one of them, the old underground market. I think it's Lloyd Barnes did that as well. It was on blocks off though. It was only like a stairway.
Yeah.